we're gonna find out. We're gonna get into the game. We're gonna see who comes along for a good chat. I don't know if Jack's about. Jack's about. He likes to do a lot of this game, but so far in this Let's Play, let me just give you some stats. I don't know what episode we're in, but if you want to catch up with my Kerbal Space Program videos, they are all on YouTube, and they're in a nice, neat little playlist on my channel as well. So we're in Year 1, Day 5, 4th hour. We've got 149 science. Our reputation's in the green, and we've got 265,000 credits in the bank. So hopefully jobs are good and all round. Now, Streamlabs is doing some things. I don't know what's going on there, but we've got people joining the live stream. I can see we've got some love from Turkey. Hello everybody in Turkey. Welcome to the stream. And I'm just going to switch us over to main cam. Let's go like this. There we go. Should be able to hear that. But can you hear the birds tweeting in the background? I can't see that you can hear that. Let me just check the properties. See, here we go. There we go. Tweety birds in the background now. My lamp in the background's going a bit nuts, but there we go. So, what's the situation? Well, the situation is, unfortunately, we have lost one pilot so far in this Let's Play. We've got some explore Kerbins, conduct temperature sensors, science data from the surface of the moon. That sounds like something that we really want to do. Ferry 2 tourists to their destination back. Where do they want to go? Suborbital space flight on Kerbin. Complete the tourist itinerary, return them safely to Kerbin. Suborbital space flight. Yeah, that sounds like a nice little challenge to do. Let's do that. I mean, I don't know whether we're going to be able to build something to do that, but we're going to do that. Why not? It just sounds like something that's fun, and we've got some points to use up as well. So we could probably open up a couple of things here. Propulsion systems, probably not one I want to do. Advanced construction, like the look of that. It's got lots of nodules and hydraulic arms and actuators and other decouplers and things. Aerodynamics allows for inline cockpits and basically nacelles and more types of stuff. Landing gives us the proper landing gear. Really tempted to get that. Space exploration gives us the hitchhiker, storage container, and a few other bits and bobs. Let's see, we've got miniaturization and some electric stuff, including lights, which I wish I kind of had, and solar panels. I think to begin with, we're going to go with landing, and we're going to go with advanced construction, which we can't get just yet. There we go. Right. Now let's just check a couple of things. I'm just checking. Have my titles come across to Twitch and stuff okay? The description's wrong. No, it's not. It's not worked. Ah. Just going to update my title descriptions. I really need to look into why, for some reason, Streamlabs just doesn't seem to want to get involved with sending out the correct information to Twitch and Facebook. So, no idea what's involved with that. Right, let's get these tourists into a suborbital space flight. It should be relatively straightforward to do. To start off, I think we'll just start with our Mark 1 orbiter, do you think? Let's have a look. There's our Mark 1 orbiter. And we're going to have to get some tourists in here. Now, it's got a crew capacity of 2 on this pod. I mean... no, I'm not streaming over crowd. That's an error. with Streamlabs. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a tourist mission. I'm not sure if this is a terrible idea. Let's have a look at the crew. So we've got room for 2 tourists. Valentina can take them up. And it's a suborbital space flight. So let's have a look at the conditions. Yeah, I think that just means we have to get up high enough. But then coming back down again. We've got the parachute, we've got the drogue chutes and the parachutes and so forth. Maybe we should use this as the re-entry rather than this. I mean, I don't think there's any other way that we can transport these people at the moment. I don't know if it comes under payload. There's no kind of cargo or... Oh, hang on. The Mark 1 cabin. That looks better. Suborbital is just higher than the minimum orbit height, but not orbiting. So yeah, that kind of confirms my suspicions. Now, for this, we can remove the science. Have we got the heat shield there still? Yep. We don't need the science. We can pop that on there. Heat shield can go on the bottom, and then let's get some legs on this. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of legs. There we go. I have no reasons to believe that this won't work. Now, with it being heavier, are we going to get up high enough? Neil's here. Hi, Neil. Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to quickly check to make sure that our titles are correct. Right, okay, so now on my side, Streamlabs is showing me that it says Kerbal Space Program. At least that seems to be working now. Now, how are we going to deal with this? On the aerodynamics, do I have like a small nose cone? No. I'm definitely not putting that massive spike on the top. That would be ridiculous. Oh, it actually kind of looks cool. I'm thinking, what engine have we got here? Got the thing. Jan's liked the stream. Thank you very much for liking the stream. We've got a thrust. Oh, so that's the Reliant liquid fuel engine. I think we're going to go with a few more canisters of fuel. I think that's probably too many. But I'd rather have too many than not enough, I think. Unless we use a booster as a kick stage. So, like, we could even reduce the amount of fuel that we take up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's reduce the amount of fuel. I don't think we're going to need that much. JP says, howdy, soon quitting work. Hopefully you mean, like, finishing work for the day and not just, like, laying down tools and walking out. Okay, let's get the right size decoupler on this. Yeah, that looks like right. Just pop a booster on the bottom. Right, hopefully that booster's got enough power to get us up. And I think we're going to be okay. So, booster goes, decouple, engine, decouple, drogue chutes, parachutes. Yeah, we're not going to save this one, but we'll get going. Pixel Boys here watching on YouTube. Hello, welcome. Yeah, if we got our tourists on board, that's something good to check. No, tourist and tourist. You're finishing work in 45 minutes. That sounds fun to me. That sounds good. Right. Let's see how well this goes. So I'm going to turn SAS on. And we'll put some fuel. Yeah, we'll put the fuel in the top right there. And I think we'll put the throttle to max. And I don't see why this booster should have any problems. I'd expect this all to be quite stable. Not expecting any problems. And we'll see. So should we see if we can go and land it back at the Space Center? I wonder if we can kind of arc off one way.
Fantastic.
And then do a boost back. Let's find out. Well, the mass to weight ratio is pretty much perfect based on the acceleration of the takeoff. The Krabby has just followed. Thank you for following. Welcome. We're only one kilometre up and we've nearly got halfway through our solid. I don't think we can flip it back. What's your real name? My real name's Master Hellish. No, I'm kidding. My real name's Adrian. So Valentina's definitely very happy. I can see our two tourists there in the bottom corner. The chat keeps coming over it, but never mind. And it looks like we're about to start going on to the next stage. The vehicle is starting to move over. Drop that. Light up that engine. And I'm going to try and get a bit of sideways momentum on this because we do not want to pull back into the planet's atmosphere fast. That's 30. We got 30k up on the dimensions there. Let's keep pushing this. We're actually getting some heating on the way up, so I'm going to throttle that engine back. Running low on fuel, but I think... yeah, we're going to make space. That's cool. I'll cut it off at 75 kilometers. There we go. Now, hopefully we can use that engine to kind of maybe give ourselves a bit of sideways momentum. I don't think we can do a boost back. I really don't think we can do a boost back and flip that round. And I don't think we'd want to either because we haven't got enough fuel to slow the craft to avoid any sort of major sort of re-entry heating. Now, did I put the heat shield in the right place? That's a good question, isn't it? Oh dear. Right, okay, let's fast forward this. And at the moment, everything's looking pretty good. We've gone up into space. We've got notifications about our tourists and the contract complete. Now it's time to bring us back down. I'd say if we just get this thing pointing retrograde and just slam it back into the atmosphere of the planet, I'm sure it'll be fine. Valentina's loving this. Absolutely loving it. And it looks like our tourists are kind of loving it too. And as soon as we get that heating coming in, we'll expend the rest of the fuel. And it looks like we're going to have a nice gentle splashdown. The landing legs probably weren't needed. No. Uh-oh. This isn't how I planned for things to go down. Okay, maybe I can swing this round. There we go. I managed it. Okay. We're falling quite fast, but we're still 17 kilometers up. There goes the bottom part of our stage. Looks like we're having problems keeping this thing on that retrograde path. Drogue chute's coming out. Job's a good one. Jasper's here, says hi Hellish. Doubt that engine can survive the heat. Well, it didn't need to. We want too bad. Hellish is like... no, he's like, hey, stage, Hellish, stage. Don't worry. Staging's fine. We're going to get these guys back, no problem. I don't think I've assigned these landing gear to a action group, but we'll extend the legs despite the water landing. And we'll also pull out main chutes. That'll slow us from 30 odd kilometers a second? That'd be pretty bad. 30 odd meters per second down to a nice safe 5. So we just got to wait for these guys to splash land. And then job's a good one. We can move on to the next thing. Jackamax here says afternoon, watching on Twitch. And Jasper says good landing. We haven't landed yet. We've got 400 meters to go. Or landing gear is already assigned to G. So it is. Thank you very much for that little bit of information there. Of course, the landing gear brakes is assigned to B, I think it is. And the abort is assigned to backspace. I think L is lights. You can turn the lights on inside the pod there. There we go. Well, anyway, we have completed this now. We can recover the vessel. Let's see how it goes. So we got no science from that. And we got funds from parts, but then we did complete the mission. So we can just go, hey, that's fantastic. Now, delete all messages. Delete all 5 messages. Brilliant. Job's a good one. Now let's have a look here. Conduct observational surveys of the moon. Temperature surveys of Kerbal. In flight. Oh, but in flight above some points. I'm not going to do that because that's a bit too challenging. These 2 tourists want to go in orbit around Kerbal and a suborbital flight around Kerbal. Do we now dare to take tourists in orbit? I'm not quite sure about that. Scientific data from surface of the moon is very tempting. Maybe we should save that for next episode, though. What do we want? Some more tourists? Temperature surveys? Observational surveys of the moon. Crew report in space flight above. Oh, so there, yeah, there's some difficult things to do there. I think. Should we go to the moon's surface? Tourists in orbit is pretty easy. Yeah, you're right. Tourists in orbit is pretty easy. Michael's here. Good afternoon, Hamish. Hope you're having a good day. I'm massively enjoying your channel and content. Thanks for your time. Well, thank you very much, mate. Welcome back to the channel. Do one of the lots of science. Yeah. We're going to put tourists in orbit. Then we'll go to the moon. So, these are the tourists that want to go for an orbit. Orbit. Oh, hang on, that's too many tourists. That's 3 tourists. Here we go. Orbit around Kerbal. Orbit around Kerbal. And all we get is reputation and money. But to be honest, the more money, the better. And then we'll go to the moon. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to ditch this craft and we're going to go and get our Moon Mark 1 craft. This is the craft that took us for a fly past around the moon. And we're just going to modify it to be able to accept our tourists. So if I take that off, get rid of the scientific equipment and add the utility module for the tourists. We won't bother with landing legs, I don't think. No, I'm going to put landing legs on it. I do prefer to have landing legs. Let's see, ground. Oh, we've got the new landing legs. Oh, I like that. Yeah, let's get some of them on. Let's have 3. Start retracted. Fantastic. And yeah, we are going to do the moon one with lots of science next after this. Even if you get the poor sods stuck in space, you'll be able to have Jeb get out and push. No, Jeb's dead. Sorry to bring you bearer of bad news, but Jeb has perished. The only difference here is that I don't think we're going to have this second stage. That's the moon pushing stage. So where here it connects to the heat shield. That's the stack decoupler. So then, oh, that's the engine. Well, I don't want the engine. I just want the decoupler directly on the heat shield. There we go. Now this is probably slightly over-engineered for just getting to orbit. I think what I'll do is just reduce these side bits down. There we go. We'll get that into orbit. Yeah, I did kill Jeb. Jeb's gone. We're down to Valentina now. Valentina, and we've got 2 tourists, Bob and Bill. Jeb's gone. We had an accident. You'll have to find out by watching the playlist on YouTube. I'm not going to save this, but I am pretty confident we can get into orbit with this. Check the staging. Yep. Clamps. Yep. Yep. Pushing. Yep. Yep. Bits. Bobs. Brilliant. Let's go. Let's see how far we can go with this. Get them into orbit. I'm looking forward to getting my proper lighting back. I'll get there. One day I'll get there. Right, so we get SAS on. RCS may as well be on as well. Engines to maximum power. We'll keep an eye on our fuel. And hopefully this will be a relatively smooth journey for us all. So Valentina and our 2 tourists. Here we go in 3, 2, ignition, 1, liftoff. Okay. So we are going a little bit nuts with the power now. Oh no. I've just noticed that these bits are the wrong way around. I think I put these... Oh, steady. We're starting to go too fast for the thicker parts of the atmosphere. Ooh. It looks like you're playing in a dungeon now. Yeah. I tend to have the background quite dark and myself well lit, and it should be really better lit than what it is. Anyway, these now should be depleted pretty soon, but I'm a little bit worried about the way that they're going to detach. There we go, nice and gently, everything's fine. Engine back up to full throttle. Let's see if we can get this vehicle into orbit. That wasn't the most... That wasn't the route that I wanted to go with that, but never mind. Certainly getting the height with this. We've got plenty of fuel. And we're really pushing that out. So I think we're going to be pretty good. Okay, there's 80. Right, okay. So the 2 side boosters did separate okay. Lighting doesn't look too bad. That's fine. Quite good. Is it worth buying Overcrowd? I think it is. Have you watched my Let's Play series for Overcrowd? Let's just point this vehicle prograde. Now the only problem with this vehicle at the moment is that now we're getting close to space, the actual wings are going to do nothing, and we haven't got a swivel, so it's all been done by the reaction wheels in the command pod. Now we're in space. I'm going to have to put this on full throttle to try and make sure we get in orbit. I think we're pushing out a little too far. I'm going to put stability assist on and just trying to override that slightly. I think we're going to have enough fuel to do this. Just gently pushing the curve out. There we go. Just going to keep this thing flying pretty true as possible. Fuel's down to approximately 50%. We are starting to circularize this orbit. Throttle is at around 2/3. Using the wing will only help you in atmospheric places. Exactly, that's what I mean. Try using a reaction wheel. We've got a reaction wheel. We're fine. There's a reaction wheel in the Mark 1 cockpit. I think we're about to get into orbit and we've got enough fuel left, so that's really good. So if we check here, it's going to be a little bit close on the fuel, but that's an orbit. We've got a 126 and a 73. Has that satisfied the contract? Yes, it has. Fantastic. And we've got a little bit of fuel left. See, this ship here, it was designed to take an upper stage to the moon. And we don't have an upper stage here. So really, these wings were just for atmospheric use. I think what we'll do is we'll wait until we're somewhere around here and see if we can bring ourselves back down at the space center. That'll be quite cool. So let's fast forward until we're on the other side. There we go. And we'll bring the SAS system back on and make sure we're pointing retrograde. It's going to be a slow turn because we're using those reaction wheels in the Mark 1 command pod. Electrical charge is going down slowly, but we'll be alright soon. There we go. Pointing retrograde. Fantastic. And from this angle, I think if we try and just kind of aim for over here, whatever bit of land that is. What's that there? Oh, that's 10. Oh no, we're going to skip through the atmosphere too low. We're not going to make it back in time. Quick! Prograde again. Turn the craft round. We need to boost back the other way. Valentina loving this, as always. Our tourists are loving it. And our bank balance will be loving it too. Okay. Let's try that again, because 10 meters is just way too low. I think if we bring it to 10 meters? 10 kilometers. I think if I go for about 40 kilometers. That's 46. I think that'll be alright. We're going to try that. We're going to see what happens. I don't know whether a 46 kilometer intersection there will bring us down at the Space Center. But we'll see. Rams here, watching on Twitch. Hello. No, you're watching on YouTube. Hello, welcome. What a great game. This is a fantastic game. Right, we're already pointing retrograde, so let's fast forward a little bit until we get into the atmosphere and bring our tourists back home. Let's see here. We're just entering the atmosphere. We can't see it very well, but we're still pointing prograde. So we need to rotate the craft round. There we go. That's done quite well. And hopefully we'll land on the bright side of the planet so we can actually see the landing. I wonder if we can actually land with the engine, like do a propulsive landing. I doubt it. Wouldn't it be great if we could propulsively land at the launch pad? I mean, that's never going to happen, but, you know. Right, let's have a look at the map. Okay, so we're over here at the moment. We're travelling around at an altitude of about 54 kilometres. Our lowest point is 45, but that is bringing our orbit down significantly. I think we're about to switch. Yep, we're now going to be suborbital, I think. Yeah, it's definitely going to be suborbital. But as to where we land as we're coming through the atmosphere, not 100% sure yet. Oh my goodness, we're swinging around like crazy. Okay, let's ditch the bottom stage. No, 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 no. Come on. Bottom first. Bottom first. No, not top first. Bottom first. Come on, turn that craft round. Stop rolling! Oh my goodness, this is out of control. We're probably going to have an overheat. This is not good. Everything's coming in really hot. I'm out of electrical charge. Things should start cooling down soon, I hope. Things are starting to cool down. We're coming in really low. Really fast. Decelerating a lot. Parachutes are needed very quickly. There's the drogues. Ah. That was close. That was really close. That needs a clip. That was really close. Oh. Yay, everybody survived. How did that work? I don't know. We just bled off enough speed to get through the thick parts of the atmosphere and slow the vessel down in time just enough to get those drogue chutes out. If I didn't have drogue chutes on this, we'd have been absolutely... Oh my goodness. That G-force probably killed them. Well, you got to remember, was also still fast forwarding, Jasper. So I don't know what the G-force is on that, but maybe we can have a look at the clip sometime if we did get one. Oh, yeah. It depends on your speed. Yeah, I mean, we were coming in at quite a low angle, which means the speed kind of bled off gently, so we'll see. So let's see what's going on next. Oh, we're going to go to the moon? I don't know if we've got time to go to the moon. Science data from the surface of the moon. Let's do it. Let's try and go to the moon. Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? Right, let's go and load up the Moon Mark 1. This is our Moon Mark 1. Now this vessel doesn't have landing and return capabilities. We do have a science module, and I think I'm just worried about them being able to get out and back in again from the surface of the moon. This will be the first time that we would have landed on the moon. I feel like we need like a landing stage on the top of this with different fuel, like not monopropellant. I mean, I don't know how much propellant we need to get back. I suppose if Valentina gets stranded, then that's a rescue mission. Definitely got the landing kit sorted out. That's fine. This will improve. We'll put boosters on there as well. Have we got struts? Is it structural? Yes, we have got struts. This needs struts at the bottom. Because it's too wobbly otherwise. We haven't got the what do you call it? The symmetry on. Okay, so we've got some struts at the bottom. I kind of feel like struts at the top might be a good idea as well. There we go. So we got strutty goodness. This time they'll peel off correctly. Let's have a look. Do we need landing legs? No, we don't need landing legs. We need a return section, and well, we need landing legs for the moon. That's for sure. I feel like saying, let's detach this. Put something on here. Like, have I got a massive tank section? Like that's really wide to land with. Like that. And then... I can't remember. That's bound to have enough fuel in it, right? To get back from the moon? We do need landing legs. I appreciate that. Hey, Hellish, nice to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. Welcome. Symmetry in the bottom didn't connect properly. I'll check that out in a second. Let's get that... Oh, hang on. We need an engine on that. How am I meant to use that fuel if I haven't got an engine? There, look. Put a terrier on there. Decoupler there. Stick it on. Then, landing legs on this. That stick below the terrier engine. And they're nice and wide. We've got a good amount of fuel. I think that should be fine. There's our moon lander. Overkill, says Jack. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's our moon lander. Now I want to make sure that this actually gets into space. So we're going to go with some couplings. We're going to have some couplings here. And some couplings there. Is that about right? That is about right. Let's just... Yeah, that coupler didn't go on as I wanted it to. Thanks for noticing that in the chat. Looks like it should be fine now. Yep, the bottom coupler didn't, but the top one... There we are, right. I'm thinking if we just whack these on, that will give us the extra oomph we need to get everything where we need it. I mean, it's clipping into those bottom bits a tiny bit, but let me adjust that. Yeah, that's better. Right. I don't know what we're thinking. The drag. Sadly, the drag will drag your rocket down. I think the drag will a little bit. Yeah, I think we do have a small bit of drag problems on there. I don't think we don't have anything like a fairing. We can't put a fairing on that. We might just be able to put a tank adapter on it. Would that be better? So if I remove that, let's see if we've got a big tank adapter. I mean, there is this, but that's just too big. There you go. Does that make you happy? I think we should just deal with the drag. Deal with the drag and get on with it. Because in space, there is no drag. I'm feeling pretty confident about all this. Last time we went for a fly past to the moon, I just winged it and it worked perfectly fine. No, don't. What happened? Oh my goodness, there we go. Okay, so side boosters and main engines all at the same time. That's what I want. Then these separations to happen next. That drop should happen at the same time. And then we have some decouplers and things that just randomly shoot off. I don't know what... That's a top stack. They're the side stacks. They need to be separated. Oh my goodness, the staging's terrible. So we've got those sides, then we've got those sides, then the top... Nope, that stack's in the wrong place as well. There we go. Bring that down here. So we detach the first stage. That detaches our return mechanism, or the actual lander. That ignites the lander engine. That engine needs to be down here. Detach the side bits. Yep. Okay, I think we're ready with the Moon Mark II. Let's just check some of your comments. Yeah, I think the general gist is that I don't think this is going to work. But we're going to try anyway. Let's have a look. Valentina's going to pilot it all the way there. I guess I could put nose cones on the boosters, but I did no, let's just go. We're off to the moon, folks. I'm going to try and land this before the end of before the end of the live stream. And then maybe next episode we'll try and bring them back. Okay, SAS on, RCS on, Valentina's here. We're going to have all the fuel gauges up there in the top left. Everything is ready and primed to go. Suggested order: command pod, decoupler, fuel tanks, Terry engine, landing legs on the fuel tanks. Yeah, it looks like this is for the landing return stage. I think I've got it. It will go decouple the moon lander, enable the landing engine, decouple the lander from the return module, drogues, standard chutes. So we should be alright. Robert is watching on Facebook. Hello Robert, welcome to the stream. I haven't put any aerodynamic cones on the boosters either, because they're just to get this a lot higher. So maximum power, and here we go, Valentina. We're going to try and get you to the moon in 3, 2, 1, launch. Okay, so we've got a good strong launch there. We've got a bit of wobble going on. I'm going to turn SAS off and do this manually. Oh my goodness, SAS has got to come back on. This is getting a little crazy. As soon as these boosters go though, we'll be in a better situation. They're about to go. They only crashed into each other, although they did take a fin off. Nuts. Which means we picked up a rotation on our craft. It's fine. Ah, which means it's a nightmare to fly. It's okay, we're doing alright. No, we're not. Oh my goodness. This is not going... What? It's because we're missing fins. Okay, here we go. We're about to ditch the next stages. Okay. It's still not flying great with a fin missing. I think, Valentina, we're going to abort this. We're going to abort this. We're not going high. We're not going fast. We're going to do a return to launch site. I'm just gonna try and get you retrograde sometime very soon. We'll probably just pop the drogue chutes, or one of the drogue chutes, to try and see if we can get that to deploy chute. Okay, so that will automatically come out now. Hopefully, we can get most of this aircraft back. I think, yeah, there's the drogue chute. Where's the other drogue chute? There it is. Let's try and get this retrograde. Oh, the belly flop maneuver's working quite nicely. Look at that. So we're using the fins. I don't think it's going to work. We're too nose heavy. Yeah, I'm going to have to detach. Bye-bye, bottom section. Bye-bye. I'm not going to stage all of them. I am going to bring this stage back with me. We're going slow enough for the chutes to open okay. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay with the next lot of chutes that are opening as well. I'm actually just going to bring them to the bottom bit of the staging and just fire them off next. So as soon as those drogues have gone and we've decelerated, there go the next set of parachutes. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. It was too unstable. I think we need some struts, and we need to go max power. I think we need to go max power on it. But we're going to be landing at 11 meters per second. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to recover most of this. Oh, well, maybe not. Most of it broke off and disintegrated into the water. Never mind, we'll be fine. Right, here we go. We're going to try for another launch. We're going to improve on that and try for another launch. So the only problem I had... Well, no, I had two problems. I had stability and then winglets being knocked off by the boosters. So... let's move these boosters. We're going to put one on the outside, like this, and we're going to put the other one on the inside, like this. I'm going to move these. Don't know where to yet. Let's get the symmetry on. So it's exactly the same amount of power, but our solid rocket engines are going to be in a different place. To avoid any problems with fins, I hope. The decouplers also want to be higher up. So if I put the decoupler higher up, grab the top of the booster, place it, I think that's wonky. Place it on there and just use the move tool to bring it down. That's what we want. So again, the decoupler, we want to be moved up. And the booster, we want to move down. That should give the booster the push away it needs so it doesn't hit the ship. And then we need some struts. Structural, here we go. So because they're all now nearly connected at the top, we'll just do some struts at the bottom. Just some little ones, and I think we should find that that's okay. And they got struts, 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 struts. Brilliant. Okay, and then now we actually need to get this on the vehicle somewhere. Right, how much is this vehicle costing me to put into space? Only 34,000. So I'm quite happy with that. Okay. Like I said, everything's the same, except I've just moved where they are, and we've got some more struts on there. So hopefully that is going to be much more stable. Let's see if we can get it into orbit, and then if we've got time, we'll see if we get to the moon. I don't think we're going to get time to see if we're going to get back again today. Right, SAS on, RCS on, throttles to maximum, and we'll probably leave them on maximum. I know we've got a bit of drag here at the top, but I'm hoping these boosters can compensate for that. So here we go. Good acceleration out the gate. Much more stable so far. Throttle I'm putting down to 2/3. We're climbing much better. We're coming up to 300 meters per second. I'm putting the throttle of the main engines down to 1/3. We're still accelerating. Solid rocket boosters are down to about 25%. We have got a slight roll, which I will try and manually correct. And a slight pitch as well. Solids are about to go. They went beautifully this time, and now at 12 kilometers up, we're going to pitch over, put the main engines on full throttle. That's much better. It says pressing the wrong button for a second. Bringing the vehicle back on course, I hope. A little bit of wobble going on there. It's because I'm trying to force it on its side. Just occurred to me, it looks a little bit like the Falcon Heavy in this configuration, but there we go. Right. Full jobby going on that. We're nearly into space with this main stage, and we haven't used up any of the fuel on that yet. They separate beautifully. And we've got a full load of fuel here now, and we're nearly in space. Cool. Did you know you can click on the purple button bottom left to get the orbital information? Purple button. Oh, yes. Maneuver nodes and stuff. Yeah, I really need to do more of that. Okay, so that is us up to 75 kilometers there. I'm going to cut the main engine. We've still got quite a lot of fuel on that, but there's a lot for us to accelerate up towards the moon. You can see there are our boosters, our solid boosters, falling down to the ground still. There are our side boosters. They're going to go down into the ocean sometime soon. And then what I'll do is I will just put us in a prograde manner. We are ever so slightly wonky, but I'm sure we'll be able to do some sort of correction. And maybe we can get this craft to the moon. Yeah, I think I've pretty much just corrected the rotation. We're in space. I'm going to start ramping that engine up slowly. Yeah, not quite sure why we picked up some rotation there, but we have. Okay. Let's see if we can get this into orbit. I think I might have been a bit late with the boost. This engine is not efficient in space. Think we might be okay. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. Also, the lighter we get, the more efficient this gets. Oh god, yes, this is going to be quite close as to whether we make space or not. Orbit. We've gone past the node. I'm just going to keep boosting in the same direction. We've got the fuel to do it. Plenty of fuel on this stage. We haven't even got to the second stage yet. We had the solid boosters, we had the side stages. We're now on the main stage. We're about to come out of fuel on that. And oh god, this is difficult. We are pushing into an orbit. There's the end of that stage. Let's detach that, light up the next engine. This should push out a lot quicker, a lot easier now. We're much lighter. It's also a vacuum efficient engine if I remember correctly. And I don't know where the moon is yet. Oh, we're using a lot of fuel. There we go. Right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Orbit, 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 orbit. Quickly, 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 quickly. Okay. That's going to be close. It's good enough, probably. Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. We've got an orbit. So we've got an orbit. Our lander is on the end of our second stage. Our second stage has still got about 70%, 75% fuel. Let's have a look about adding a maneuver node to try and get a moon intercept. So we're going to be looking at somewhere around here. Now I don't think we have maneuver nodes yet, do we? We can't. Oh yes, of course we can't do that yet. Nah, we'll be all right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I guess we need to now. Where are we? Is that us? That is us there. So we need to fast forward until we're in appropriate position with the moon, so that we can go out towards it. I don't think we're going to get it sorted. JP's like, I've got to take a time out. That to me is about right. So, prograde. As fast as you can, prograde. I'm going to put a little bit of power on the engine. And then I'm going to get our rotation correct. And full throttle. Now remember, this stage only has to get us to the moon. Ideally, I would love to be able to use it for a landing and just drop it at the very last moment. Hopefully, we've got enough fuel to get us back again, but we're going to have to look at that in the future. We're burning our fuel now to push this out. It's taking its time, but it will start to move quicker. We're down to 50% fuel on the second stage. Can I? I can't accelerate time while the vehicle's under acceleration. We're just going to have to wait for a minute and just see how it goes. This is where I really, really think I should added purchase the maneuver nodes. 90 degree has to be to the right line of the prograde. Hopefully this will help you. Well, hopefully we're going to go in the right direction. I'm getting a little bit low on fuel now. Starting to get concerning. What's happening with our vehicle? It has got to accelerate this heavy mass, which it didn't have to do before. Hopefully we've got enough fuel for a landing. Do you need the mission control upgrade for the nodes? I'm pretty sure I do. Mission control. Tracking Space Center. I'm pretty sure I need to go to the tracking center, not mission control, Jack. Let's have a look. Tracking station. Patch conics visible on map. Unknown object tracking. Maybe not. Maybe it is mission control. Flight planning. Is that it? I think that might be it. Flight planning. Not sure. Okay, let's continue. So we're still facing the right way, I think. We are going to struggle to get a good intercept, and also we're going to have to use the fuel on the landing stage to land. There we are. We've run out. We've run out and we're a little low. We'll give it a go anyway. Let's give it a little bit of a burn and see what we get here. Try and bring things into a little bit more of alignment. We have... Whoa! Look at that! Okay. We do have a fly past of the moon. It's a weird one, and it's going to put us in a bit of a weird slingshot around Kerbal as well. Maybe we can try and reduce that a little bit. Okay, here we go. That's more like it. Although we probably want to be getting quite close. Let's see what happens. We're going to try and land this. Going to try and land it. There we go. We're up with 5k up apparently above the moon. Right then, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to save the game right there. And we will be coming back next time to see if we can land this craft and get Valentina home. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I was hoping to have some fuel left to be able to get myself in an orbit around the moon without having to use the lander stage. But we're on the lander stage now. Let's see what happens. I will see you all soon. Thanks for coming along and joining me on today's live stream. Thank you, of course, everybody in the chat. And, of course, thank you to the Viewer Plus subscribers. I will see you all soon. If you missed any of this or want to catch up any more on this series, it's all on my YouTube channel. Take care. And for now, goodbye, everybody. Ta-ra.